few things on this vehicle. The last few, these are very necessary. I need to fix these. Let me just move this real quick. Really need to fix this. The last thing I need to fix is this shock. I need to get this shock off, and I need to get the other one on. So we're gonna start real quick by disassembling this shock, so we can already just have it set up when we're ready to go. Like I showed you guys in the last video, it's very, very simple. All you have to do, pull this spring down, hold it with your fingers. Up top here, there's a little pin, this little piece that right here. This comes down and pull it out. Just like literally, there's a slot, just push it out, and then this spring just comes right off. There you go. Easy peasy. Okay, this one's all set. Now we're gonna start. In order to get this one on, I'm going to take off the tire. Here it is. I need my little piece here to help me get this off. All right, I'm just gonna pull this off. I probably shouldn't. I know I can do some. I can move around. I can try to just get the screw out from the shock from behind it, but because of the steering plate right here, I just can't get in there. So I need to pull that off. It shouldn't be too much of a pain. We'll be able to get it, hopefully. Also, I want to look at this bumper because this bumper needs to come off, unfortunately. I wonder what we might have to do. We might have to just cut the sides of this bumper. I don't really want to, though. We'll figure it out. That's not my main concern right now. Let's get this other stuff done. So, as you guys can tell, I've been working towards, well, not as you guys can tell, I have been working towards 500 subscribers already. We are getting close. So, I keep telling you guys that if we make it to 500 subscribers, I will get a professional live streamer setup with probably multiple really nice cameras, and we're going to have them all connected. And then we will be able to just kind of do lots of live streams, and it should be really fun. So yeah, I'm going to get a whole new setup, cameras, microphone, everything really, just a new desk, new lights, just everything basically is going to be set up. So if we get 500 subscribers, then I will be doing that. So if you guys want to see that, subscribe, because I would be happy to do that for you guys. All right, so right now what we're working on is we're trying to remove this screw. I think it's being a little bit stubborn. Okay, we got it. All right, all we're trying to do, we're not going to remove the whole front steering plate here, only part of it so that we can make room to get behind here. All we need is to get this screw out right here. That's all we need. It's pretty simple. But we're just going to take it easy and work towards it slowly, not put too much pressure on it. Otherwise, we'll strip the screw, so I just want to be careful here. This part you really have to be careful with. If you don't be careful with this part, you'll probably end up stripping a screw, and that's really important that you don't. So, yeah, this is one of my second RC builds. The first RC build was actually my Traxxas Ford F-150. Now, I did a lot to that. I've kind of changed stuff back to stock, some stuff, not all of it. But yeah, it is kind of nice being able to, go back to stock when I need to. Okay, so we're going to pull this one out. The screw is almost completely out, so we'll just pull that out real quick. And then after that's pulled out, we will get the other shock on. It's being a little bit tough right now, but we'll get it. I haven't had any views today so far. I mean, I haven't had any views so far. It's like going on 5 minutes and no views. This happens sometimes. Sometimes you have great streaming days and you're just absolutely shocked. Some days not as good, and that's okay. That's just going to happen. I think a lot of creators, a lot of new creators get really, really, discouraged when they have bad days like this. And it just happens, honestly. It's not type of content necessarily. It's just happens to everybody, to be completely honest. And, yeah, so yeah, this is one of my RC builds that I have been working on for a while. This needs to be upgraded to stock shocks again. I bought some stocks from Endura, and these are not great shocks. They have not been treating me very well. Very. Okay, we're gonna start by taking out this shock here. Okay, hang on. This shock is fully aluminum, but it just has not been. It is not what I wanted. Like I said, it's far too stiff. It's from Endura. So, meaning Endura is a brand where it kind of just focuses on having parts ready for you if you need them instead of creating high quality parts. And this definitely is not a high quality part. Okay, I am having issues with this. This screw might be getting stripped. I hope not. This is one of the issues I've had. This shouldn't be that difficult, though. I don't know. It's fine. I'll get it figured out from here. So I've got the bottom part done. I've got the bottom screw off, which is the hardest part. So I'm just going to focus on making sure I do not completely strip this screw. I'm going to just put a lot of pressure on it and see if that does anything. You got to try a little bit of both ways. You got to try and make sure there's not like a lot of pressure on it. And there's also a lot of pressure on it at certain times. So I think it's working. It's coming out a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just going to continue to put lots and lots of pressure on it. These RC builds can be really fun. I really like being able to do these builds because you're kind of the master of your own project, you know? Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go with this, it's all in your creativity. It's all what you decide to do. As far as RC goes, it's fun to just be able to mess around and do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like right now I've kind of messed around with these shocks, found out these are not really the shocks I like, so I'm going back to stock. But it's the kind of thing is that like you can just figure out along the way. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to buy some nice high clearance links from down below because these ones are an absolute pain to deal with, especially when I'm taking off and putting back on the shocks. It's quite a pain, to be completely honest. And so next I'm going to buy an upgrade for that. I will be upgrading a Axial SCX24 here soon. I'll be getting an Axial soon. I bought it and it's on its way. So it'll be here probably like Monday or something. So stay tuned for that because I am excited to see what's going on. Axial treats us. I haven't done a lot of stuff with Axial before. I haven't seen their vehicles. I don't know much about them. So yeah, I would be really excited to know what's going on. All right, so this screw is slightly stripped. I do not want to put it back in there if it is. I'm going to find a screw just like it so that I don't have to worry about that. Because if I put back in a stripped screw, that's going to cause a problem, and I do not want to cause those problems. Okay, we're going to put it back in this one. I did find an extra. I have a lot of replacements on my desk over here. Also, if you guys are interested in like a behind-the-scenes video, let me know. I would be totally willing to do a behind-the-scenes video. I would not have a problem doing that at all. If you guys just kind of want to see what it looks like for me to go and film my RC videos, it's nothing crazy at the moment. I mean, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort, but it's not the highest camera quality up to this point. But if you guys want to see what it's like for like a beginner to go and do their stuff, yeah, let me know. I'll be excited to do it for you guys. Okay, so next we're going to just put this back together. Pretty easy. Should be, if I don't overcomplicate it. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure everything lines up here. This is the size screw for the bottom here. This is how big the screw is. That goes right in the bottom. It has to go through the shock and also through the high clearance link. You have to make room for both. It's really tough because with two hands, I mean, you got to line everything up perfectly, and it's tough for sure. Because I mean, what you got to worry about is you've got a high clearance link down here that's not staying in. All these notifications, man. Just trying to turn these off. Yeah, I've got a high clearance link down here. This link right here, this is where the shock attaches to, and it's really easy for it to fall out, and it's kind of a pain to put back in. But it's gonna be all right. As long as I'm not stressing about it, I think we'll be able to figure it out. But yeah, this is kind of a pain, to be completely honest, but we'll get it. It's just really tough to line it up properly, which is what I'm working on. I'm working on lining it up. It's just not, just kind of being a pain for a minute. Yeah, the fact that I only have two hands and I've got to hold the whole thing steady while trying to get this going, that's all good. It happens, but so yeah, I am working on working my way up to 500 subscribers, and if I get 500 subscribers, like I promised you guys, I am going to get a brand new live streaming setup. It'll be a professional setup with better camera quality. The camera quality right now isn't the best, so we're just going to work on that. And then a multi-camera streaming system, that would be really nice as well. And then from here, I think also, let me think, what are a few other things we can get to? We're at 300 subscribers right now as of this moment. So if you guys can get me to 400 subscribers, I will do a custom RC build. A lot of people don't do custom RC car builds because, one, they don't know enough about RC cars to do a custom RC build, and two, because they cost too much. This live stream has kind of been buns, to be honest. It hasn't been, haven't been keeping viewers, haven't been getting really any viewers, but this is when you fight the hardest. This happens a lot, actually, with whether you believe it or not. Oftentimes with new creators on YouTube, it's a struggle to actually get motivation in order to get back up and keep live streaming. Some days are great. I mean, yesterday I had like a 280 some views live stream and like a couple likes. I got a few subscribers from it too, and then I have live streams like this where it's just kind of nobody's watching. It's just happens, you know. Yeah, this is tough because this screw is just not really doing its job. It's not going in. I'm afraid I'm going to strip it if I keep pushing too hard for it to go in. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on it and just push it in because I know getting it out is going to be the hard part. If I feel like I'm stripping it, pushing it in, I probably should not be doing this. I think I'm just going to go this far, and I'm just going to leave it hanging out a little bit. As long as it's not in the way of the steering, I think we're fine. Let me just check and make sure. Yeah, everything is good. So we're just going to leave it like that. We're going to put the wheel back on. And then the last thing, actually, no, we're not. We need to put the steering situation back together here so that we can actually drive this once it's done. I like to do a live stream where I actually go and fix my car and then go out and test it. There's a lot of things you can do to a car. I haven't done anything with motors yet. I haven't upgraded motors in this. I would like to add a high gear, low gear system. I think that would be really sweet to have, especially when I'm doing YouTube videos with these things. It's nice to be able to adjust the speed to however I want it instead of it's kind of tough with a regular motor system to just kind of adjust speed how I want it. So yeah. But yeah, no. If you guys want to see me do a custom build on my channel, it'll take 400 subscribers to get me there. So if you guys want to see that, I'll be willing. But you guys have to do your part too. You guys have to get me to 400 subscribers, and I will do a custom RC build for you guys. These are all just RC. These are just Traxxas RC cars right now that I'm upgrading. Yeah, I will do a custom one for you guys if you guys subscribe. But I'll need 400. So we're at 300 right now. That means we have to get another 200 in order to be at the place where we can do a custom build. But I've been looking forward to it, except, sweet, thanks. Except that would be the one thing. Custom RC builds cost a lot of money. Depends on what you guys want to see. I can do a custom Capra build. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I could do a custom, I don't know, I could do anything really up to this point. I could do a 110 scale build. I don't really want to do a 124 scale build just because I don't know the 124 scale vehicles super well, but I could. 118 scale is what I'm used to. I feel like 110 scale build would be really fun. If I could do a 110 scale RC build, that would be sweet. I feel like I would definitely do a rock crawler build because that's what I'm used to. But yeah. Okay, there we go. Whoa, oh, we're losing stuff off the shocks. That's fine. I didn't need those anyways. Just these little braces for the springs. I don't actually need those, believe it or not. Okay, so this is finished. Now I've got one more thing to work out. I just got to put the tires back on. One more thing to work out. I need to get the bumper off, and I might put some different tires on it. We'll see. We'll see how. Thank you. We'll see how well the stream does. If it gets a lot more viewers, and cool, I'll keep doing it, and I'll switch the tires off right now. But let me figure out the bumper situation first. Let me show you guys what's going on right now. We've got a situation because I put on the new shocks. Because these are stock, they're a lot shorter than 69 or 59 millimeter shocks. These are 51 millimeter. So let me put back on the front, and this is the situation that we have. Because these are shorter, the tire is rubbing on the bumper here, which is going to cause a lot of issues. We need to remove this bumper. Okay, but here's a few issues I'm running into as we look at this. I'm going to show you guys the bumper. I'm going to be removing the bumper right here. Okay, this little section right here needs to be room for the clipless body to actually clip onto. There's these little, these aren't clips, these are little plastic pieces right here. These need to be able to clip onto the RC car. So when I say clipless body, oftentimes the clips they use are little tiny metal pins, and these are so much easier to take on, put on and take off because it's a little plastic. All you have to do is just push these levers on each side. Look, if I just put it on like this, all I have to do is reach underneath and then pull both levers, and it comes right off. So here's the issue we're going to have, though. Because this bumper is in the way, we kind of need to take the bumper off. A lot of times you need to make modifications like crawlers. It's always kind of smart to take off the bumpers and both bumpers, front and back, front and rear, or whatever. So I am going to take this one off. Now, as you can see, there's a trailer hitch on here. Unfortunately, we're going to lose the trailer hitch. We cannot keep the trailer hitch. It would be nice, but unfortunately, this is like, if we're trying to build a good RC car, build something that works, we cannot have the tires rubbing on the bumper. Okay, so here's the other problem we're having right now, is this bumper, these screws are pretty tight on here. I really don't want to strip these because these are tiny, tiny screws. So yeah, right now, this is what it looks like, though. So we've got all the shocks put on. Everything looks nice. They're still a little bit stiff, but not too bad. I mean, they should be able to drop down. Okay, they're a tiny bit stiff. Not too much. That's good. I'm really glad that they're working now. And this is more of this vehicle is supposed to ride really low to the ground. I think oftentimes when people think of RC builds, they want them really high off the ground. When you're making an RC crawler, it's actually really important that it doesn't, and that it actually stays really, really close to the ground. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, like, it's almost hitting the wheel well. I mean, we just have enough room. Here's what we can change. Instead of maybe changing the bumper, which I would like to run these tires, what if we change the tires instead? Because the tires are a tad too big. So let's go back to stock tires and then see what can change there. is actually aren't quite stock tires. Let me show you guys. These are Baja Pro X tires I bought off of the Traxxas brand. Um, it's in my little Traxxas trailer right here. Okay, let me grab these. I'll show you guys what we're dealing with. Okay, so I've already got the wheel installed in there, but this is what we're looking at. These are really nice tires. They haven't really been used. They've got great traction. I really like the tires, and it's a full set. So I think we're just going to use these. We're going to pull off the tires that originally are on here. Definitely. So that was kind of the point. Actually, is to have a really low center of gravity because you want it to be as close to the ground as possible. You don't want it to be flipping backwards and falling side to side. You kind of want it to stay low to the ground. The other thing that makes these crawlers really nice is that you want to have a lot of low to the ground weight. So oftentimes people add brass portal axles on the front and back to add weight on the bottom, so it actually sticks to the ground instead of wants to flip over. So yeah, that's kind of the point. I was purposely making sure it had low gravity or low center of gravity so that made sure it actually stays close to the ground and doesn't flip over. That was the whole point. But yep, this thing has been super fun. I want to be able to add on these tires if I want, because I really like these tires. These tires are definitely my favorite type of tires to run on this Traxxas Ford Bronco. As you can see, these tires are really sweet looking. I mean, these look really nice. If you go and look at one of these tires, these are definitely smaller. These are definitely bigger, and these are definitely a lot nicer. These have more of the aluminum inside, and they're red. So who doesn't love a nice red tire? But we're going to switch to these ones just for a minute and see how that works. Maybe it'll work a little bit better for us, being that these are definitely smaller tires. These are the stock size. Yeah, the big tires are nice. Like I said, though, if you want to keep it close to the ground, it's always smart to run smaller tires, but just heavier tires. So I could also add brass wheel weights to these smaller tires. I don't think I will because I would need probably an extra 6 millimeter wheel hex spacers. And I wouldn't really want that. So I do have some, but right now they are on my other vehicle. All right, so the next few upgrades I'm going to make to this vehicle is I'm going to make a few upgrades like I think I'm going to fix the high clearance links. I really don't like having all the high clearance links. The setup right now, it is the stock Traxxas, not stock actually. It is the Traxxas high clearance link system. They are not stock, but they are still a pain. So I think I'm going to order some new high clearance links from Injora, probably. Injora, I really like their high clearance links. I don't like a lot of their products, but I really like their high clearance links. So I think we're going to run those. As you can see right here, the back tire is not touching the bumper, even at its lowest right here. So that should be perfect. And that way it's not hitting the wheel well either. I want to be able to run both those. So I think off camera, maybe eventually, I will just take off the bumper and then I'll be able to run both at certain times. But yeah, these tires are really nice. I would like to have like a little setup, like a little stand for these tires. You know what I mean? Like in the background. I know they sell them on like Amazon or something. I could buy something like that. That might not be too bad. Yeah, I've mostly stuck to the Traxxas tires. Although Traxxas tires are really hard to find, Traxxas does not have a big selection of good tires. Right now, these tires are these from Traxxas? I think these are. I think these are the Traxxas ones. I got the Baja Pro X tires, which are for all terrains. These are really nice tires. But yeah, I haven't trusted a lot of tires. I've gone on Amazon and done some looking, and these red ones are from Amazon. These were fully assembled. They've got tire inserts and everything. It's a beadlock wheel system, but they're just not quite. They are a little bit big. I've tried to put them on my Ford F-150, and it looked a little bit weird because they were kind of small for it. But all right, we've almost got it fully set up. I'm gonna put on the body once I get this last tire put on here. And to remind you guys, I was just thinking this morning. I want to do an RC build, but I want to do it at a cost. So I was hoping, let me think, if we can get 400 subscribers, I will do a custom RC build for you guys. If you guys want to see that, I will do a custom RC build for you. So it'll take 400 subscribers, though. We'll need 100 more subscribers in order to get there. If you guys are interested, subscribe. Okay, now we're back to normal. It definitely is lower to the ground. There's no rubbing on the bumper. There's no rubbing on the front. I mean, if you turn it all the way over here, there's no rubbing. Everything works out perfect. So this car is great. I'm super happy with this decision because it's so low to the ground. I mean, you guys might even go and find a picture of, well, let me look. Let me go and find something. I have like instructions to it or something like that, or a box I can show you guys. And there's a, let me show you guys, bring you guys over here. Okay, let me turn the camera around. These are all RC cars, my Stampede, Ford Raptor, and all my other accessories and all kind of stuff. But I'm looking for something, this one. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so let me just turn it back around here. This is the difference of, I mean, if you kind of look at this, it is definitely higher. Well, not really. There's not much of a difference. I think the only difference really from this image versus this one is this car has no springs on the shocks. I think a lot of people are really surprised when I don't add those, but I think it's actually really nice to not have springs on your shocks as far as crawlers go, because these crawlers are really meant to be able to not have a lot of resistance. You don't really want a lot of resistance. You want a lot of flexibility. I guess they call it, what do they call it? They call it, oh, I honestly just forgot. But basically, they just want a lot of flex on these vehicles. And so that's kind of what I was shooting for. That's what I've done on this. There isn't a lot of resistance on these shocks. They're really nice. And that's the one thing. Traxxas shocks have really surprised me. I haven't seen a lot of resistance because they are oiled shocks. Whereas if you go and look on Amazon, they're going to say like oil this or that shocks, but it's not actually truly oiled shocks. My other build, this one right here, this is my Ford F-150, and I have done some things to this vehicle. I've taken off the bumper. I've added some custom lights. I've done a lot to it. I've added some high clearance links down below. These are the Endura ones I was talking about. Really nice. And so the shocks are just great on this. I actually decided to run the rear two shocks upside down on this one instead. So yeah, really happy about that. All right, so honestly, let's see if we can run it to 30 minutes here. I got this all fixed, and then let's see what we can do about the bumper. We still got some time for streaming, so I'm gonna take off the bumper if I can. I was having an issue with it because it was being kind of stubborn, and I didn't want to strip the screws. But we're just going to maybe apply a little more pressure and get these screws out. And also, I mean, I've seen a few custom RC builds. They take a lot of money and a lot of time for sure. And it's something I'm willing to do, though. I mean, if for the right price, I'm willing to go and do it. This is tough, though. I'm not sure why these are being such a pain. I'm afraid I'm already stripping them. That's not good. Can we get this side off? Why do they do this? No, this side's fine. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. No, we got it. This is so strange how they always put the screws in so tight where when you pull them out, they want to like strip the screws. It's not at all what I wanted. I'm gonna hold it over my desk so that if the screw falls, it falls on my desk. Don't call me a genius or anything, but I think I figured it out. Okay, so we're gonna work on getting this left side undone. Is this just a different size? I mean, like, I'm almost stripping all of these screws. Like, what is going on? Seems so strange to me that they would do this. I'm just going to put lots of pressure on it, maybe? I don't know. Also, behind the scenes, this doesn't have to do anything with RC, but behind the scenes, I have been doing some calisthenics stuff. I know a lot of people are, ew, calisthenics, but calisthenics is actually something, I want to go and create a separate channel for calisthenics, actually, because this one's on RC. I want to actually create a more education-based channel. But yeah, so for right now, I've been doing some calisthenics, and calisthenics are really good for strength. I feel like a lot of people are like, "Ew, calisthenics, they don't build any strength." But I like calisthenics because they build strength, and they don't. It's not just about. Oh my goodness, I'm completely stripping this screw right now. It's not. A lot of people are like so against it because they think it's about like building the physique. And I would go to the gym to get like a lot of muscle, but it would be like do calisthenics to gain strength. There's a lot of cool calisthenics stuff like the L-sit. One of the first things I learned, actually, the first thing I learned was the elbow lever. That's kind of an easy one for a beginner. It takes a lot of patience and definitely a lot of time, but it's something that basically anyone can do. And then also there's the one arm elbow lever, which is I still haven't mastered yet. I'm still working on it. And then the planche, I'm working on it. I'm almost there to planche. And the L-sit, it's easy. It just takes some time. You just have to figure out, your hand placement and everything as far as that goes. But all right, so I think I'm gonna give up on the bumper here. We're gonna have to figure something else out. I really don't want to have to go into pliers. I definitely have stripped 3 of these screws because they put them in way too tight, and that is not my fault. I have not messed with it. So we're just going to either have to run these tires or run these tires and have them scraping everything. I really, really don't want to do that. So right now, this is fine. These tires are not getting in the way of anything. But I really like having this low center of gravity build, and it's really nice to be able to run this. I'm going to go run this in one of my shorts. I am going to be uploading a short today on my channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing what that short is, go and check it out. I'll be posting it probably in a couple hours, so you'll see it here soon. I got to go film it first, but I'm going to go film this vehicle just after I've got it all set up. I'm going to make 2 videos. I'm going to film that one, and I'm going to film this one. You guys will see this video in a few days after. Now, I want to let you guys know, if you guys want to, I am going to be doing a custom RC build only if I get 400 subscribers, like I mentioned earlier. So if you guys want to see a completely custom radio control car build, subscribe, and I will do that for you guys. I will do a whole behind the scenes. I will do a long form, short form, whatever you guys want, I will do it for you guys. But it'll take 400 subscribers. So I will need 100 more subscribers. I am at 300 subscribers right now. If you guys are interested, go and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next live stream tomorrow. See you guys.